Today, Dan Williams will be telling you a story entitled, A Gift from My Son, The Unexpected Consequences. Dan would appreciate any feedback you could provide him that would make the story more alive. Are his gestures appropriate? What about his little variety? Did he use word pictures to help you, the audience, experience the story better? Dan has been a member of the Palomar Airport Toastmasters for almost 3 years. He is currently an advanced Toastmaster Silver, working towards completing his Advanced Toastmasters Gold Award. Please welcome Dan Williams.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm going to share a story about a gift my son Christopher gave me several years ago, and the unexpected consequences of him giving me that gift. But before I tell you what the gift is, I'll give you a story of how it happened. In 1968, I was inducted into the Army. I was drafted. I really didn't want to go into the service, but I knew I had to do my time, so I took the easy way out, I thought, at the time. Be drafted for 2 years. That's all I had to do. Well, I was made a medic. And this was the time when Vietnam was hot and heavy. And so I did go to Vietnam. Now, I didn't have any strong particular feelings about the war in Vietnam. I just wanted to do my time and get out. Well, while I was in Vietnam, I did develop strong feelings about it. And so when I got out in 1970, I wanted to put my experience in the Army behind me. I didn't want anything to do with it. The day or two after I got home, I started giving away everything I had that was related to the Army. My uniforms, badges, everything to my sister's friends. Fortunately, my mother kept a lot of it. And I didn't tell anybody about my participation in the Army or my participation in Vietnam, other than my family knew about it. I did use that being in the Army for a couple instances. One is when I applied for the GI Bill to go to school. And when I bought my very first house on the GI Bill, I bought a house in Mira Mesa. $1 to move in.
Wow.
Best thing about it. But nobody else knew that I was in the service. So now let's move about 27 years from that 1970. My son, Christopher, is 12 years old. He and I have been involved in the Cub Scouts for about 4 years and we're ready to go in the Boy Scouts. And we were invited by the troop that we were going to join to an event called Camporee. This is where all the boys from the local chapter meet and have a great time. There's campouts, there's contests, there's games, there's awards, there's ceremonies. It's a good way to introduce a boy to scouting. Well, on the second day, they had this great big event, campfire, where all these 300 or 400 boys and their families are there, and scouting has a lot of ceremonies. And one of the ceremonies they had at this campfire is called retiring the flag. When an American flag is used up, it is burned. There's a special ceremony that is done retiring the flag. And only 2 organizations in the United States can do that. That's the military and the Boy Scouts. Well, I was at this ceremony, and the master of ceremonies said, anybody in the audience who's been in the military and served in a combat zone, please stand up, come down, and participate. Well, just myself and one other gentleman in that whole group. I felt kind of special. And the ceremony burns a flag. It's in ashes with other flags that have been burned. And so I participated in this. And when I went back to my seat, my son, Christopher, looks up to me and goes, Dad, were you in the Army? Wow, yeah. And you were in a war? Uh-huh. Did you get shot? No, I didn't get shot. I got shot at, but I didn't get shot. And he asked me some more questions, and I kind of put that away. Well, we went through several more of these ceremonies over the years, and he asked me some more questions about being in the service, and I started telling him stories. My mother had saved some things, and I started pulling these things out that she had saved to show him. Picture albums and so forth. Well, my son now is turning 17. He's doing his Eagle Project. And while he was doing the Eagle Project, he said, Dad, did you get any medals when you were in the service? I go, I might have, I don't know. He says, I wanted to get out so bad, I didn't care if I got anything at all. And he goes, can you find out? Well, yeah, I guess we can. And luckily for the internet, you go type it in and you find out that the United States keeps all the military records of anybody who served in St. Louis. And so we wrote them and they sent back a form. You filled it out and send your discharge papers to find out what kind of medals you got. Well, about a month and a half later, this big envelope comes, and in it are all these little boxes. And we open them up, and I go, whoa, look at what I got. Whoa, look what I got. I didn't know I got all these awards. It was really kind of nice. Well, my son did finish his Eagle project. He became an Eagle Scout. Not only was I the Scoutmaster at the time, I'm his dad. I was very, very proud of my son. My wife and I got this plaque for him. And it had, we put in the plaque his award, it's a like certificate, and he gets a medal that we put in there, just like a military medal. And we put it on the mantle, and we were just sitting there, just so proud of our boy. And he goes, Dad, you know, you need to be up there too. And I said, why? Because of what you did. And he did this for me. So what was the unexpected consequences of doing this? I mean, it was really a nice thing. It got me very emotional, as you can tell. But what he did is he gave me a gift I didn't have before. And that was pride. Pride to serve my country. Pride for what I did. And that was the unexpected consequence. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Can we please get an additional minute on the clock for the final evaluation?